Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, my favorite all-time 18 by 20 racket. Stay tuned. All right, guys, as you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of 18 by 20 string patterns. I prefer 16 by 19 on all rackets, at least the ones that I use. But there has been one racket in my history that I've actually purchased and used for a short bit of time. It's a Wilson. It's a BLX, so we're dating ourselves now. It's called the Pro Tour. Now, it came in a different color after this yellow and black, and there was also a Pro Open, which was the 16 by 19 version. This Pro Tour is the 18 by 20 version, as you can see by the denseness of those strings, that it is an 18 by 20. But, as you can see by the string pattern though, that it's open out here, still open here, and then tightens up right here. And it tightens up all the way, like through this area to this area, and then this area to this area. So that sweet spot that covers right here is dense. Now, that usually means there's a ton of control off of this racket. But the thing that I liked about it is it actually had plow. It actually came through the ball. And for the most part, for what it was, it actually imparted enough spin on it for being this dense. Now, I found this racket in this state with a multi on it. It looks like Gamma TNT. And we're just going to try it in this state to see how well it still plays. All right, so let me give you a couple details about the racket here. It's only a 96 square inch racket, guys. So it's not even 100. It's 314 grams before strings. So that's 11.1 ounces. It's 10 points head light. So comes through pretty well, but I feel that the weight is kind of in this zone, so it helps the plow. And again, it's 18 by 20, but a little heavier than most rackets today. Like most rackets today are 10.6 to 10.8 before strings. 96, pretty rare these days in the head size. As you can see, there is PWS here, perimeter weighting, even though it doesn't say it, but it bulges here. All right, so let's see how it plays and see how, if I still like it. All right, stay tuned. All right, Coach Rob, we just tested my favorite 18 by 20 racket of all times.
Good thing it's a Wilson.
Well, that's why I thought of you.
Yeah.
Because you know I don't like 1820.
Me neither.
And you know I like Wilson, you know, but I know you love Wilson.
There we go.
But you don't love 1820.
No. I hit the ball and didn't go too far. I was like had to swing a little harder, try to get a little more oomph. But I didn't remember the Pro Tour. I remember this color pattern. Was it the
Pro Open?
Pro Open. So I just didn't remember the Pro Tour version of it, but it was fun to hit with it again. And, good job, Wilson, but...
You're not a fan, huh?
I was not a fan. I did not get enough oomph out of it. And the 1820 is...
a little tougher.
A little tougher.
Right.
Yeah.
So I noticed that when I hit with it, I flattened out for some reason a little more. I'm guessing it's because of these multi-strings. But I hit through the ball more. Is what you were saying.
Well,
you're going for it.
Yeah, you were swinging for it, and it was still landing around the service line or the blue line, but...
I thought you hit pretty well with it, though.
It just didn't feel good. Like, I might have hit well with it, but it didn't...
Really?
It didn't feel great.
For you to say that a racket doesn't feel great, espally a Wilson racket,
well,
is
the
rare.
18 by 20 is, I think, that, and the fact it was just, not really going anywhere. And I had to swing a little harder to get it to go somewhere. It probably speaks more about me than the racket, but...
I was hoping that you would feel what I felt in that the weight actually brings it through. It actually makes you flatten it out a little more.
Right.
Or enhances that part of it.
Right. I flatten out as it is, so I don't need anything to help me flatten out.
Got it. So you're not a fan. I'm a little surprised, but you were a fan of the Pro Open, though.
Right.
Which was the 1820 version of this. That's a little lighter, too. Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, not like, just the 1820 just feels a little too dense for me. And it doesn't seem to give me any relief when I mishit it.
Right. Well, it's a 96. I didn't tell you that. Oh. It's a 96 square inch head. It's 11.1 before string. So it is on the heavier side.
Which is fine.
Yeah. But you're on a 97 Pro staff. But yours is a 1619.
Right.
So, okay. I get it. So Coach Rob's still not a fan. But you brought me back a lot of memories from it, at least. And my ball went from like huge clearance over the net to like no clearance over the net. For some reason, it just brought out the flat side of me.
Probably because you're having to hit through it to get it over.
But I think it was the weight, though. The weight pushed it through more versus allowing me to come over it. I really had to accentuate the top in order to give it top.
Right.
So, but, I mean, look. Look at how tight that is in the middle.
It's tight. Not a lot of room for movement. No snapback.
Not at all. Pablo actually used this. Coach Pablo came back to this a couple of times because he liked the weight and the head size. He wasn't a huge fan of the 1820 either, but he liked everything else about it. So I feel like that's what I love about the racket is that I love the plow. I love the weight.
So maybe just change the string pattern and string it up. Skip a few holes.
I thought about that, actually. All right, Coach Rob, this ain't your favorite. I get it. But it's still my number one, 18 by 20 of all time. Pro Tour by Wilson BLX. Coach Rob, it's a little cold.
I'm freezing, Harry. Keep moving your feet.
And it's dark. Ooh, I can't barely see.
Then you better not miss, Harry, because then you're going to get colder.
Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, gosh. All right. Do you want that pro that will make you play in the dark, make you play in the freezing cold, not let you give up on your tennis? Well, I got my Coach Rob. You can get your Coach Rob at Play Your Court. You can find over 27,000 players out there, coaches and playing partners, all at playyourcourt.com. Coach Rob, thank you for trying the 1820 with me today.
Sure.
Even though it wasn't your favorite.
That's why we tried it.
It's still a Wilson.
Still a Wilson.
All right. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.